Alrighty, guys, welcome back to another episode of Talking Bull, episode 3, and we have had another action-packed weekend down at Macleay Park, haven't we?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. We've, much better week than last week. A few wins across the teams. We've had only one loss in the fifths, and the thirds had a draw.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
a lot to go through, so we'll try and get through that as quickly as we can. Apologies for the audio issues last week. You can blame Ken's Mob for that, is that right?
Yeah, well, they had the pool expo, so Ken runs the club. If he wants the rooms on a Monday, he gets the rooms. So we were sent to the change rooms, and the acoustics weren't quite there. But we're back
Back on home turf.
home turf tonight, and should be no issues with it.
Exactly. So I think we should just start by going as normal around the grounds and checking in with the first 11. They had a very dominant performance after a disappointing round one.
Yeah, they had a great performance. I was down there for a fair bit of the start. Batting got off to a decent start actually. Riggers went up there. Mark Rigoni hit a few boundaries, but he soon went out, and it was a bit of a collapse. Some good rear guard action. Xavier Bateman again doing well with the bat, helped out by Jamie Shepherd, James Binney, and then a fantastic last week partnership. Alex Smith and Alex O'Neill really put the game, I wouldn't say to bed, but took the momentum. Alex Smith hitting a 6 on the ball, and that's they just
That's
took
no
up the
easy
momentum.
task. And I've got both of those two, Roy and Smithy, in my super coach, and they're actually doing more with the bat than they are with the ball this year.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that a bit later. But and then James Binney, we know what he does. He takes the early wickets, and Surrey Hills were gone after that, and it was just
Matter of time.
a formality. Exactly.
And then at the same time, the twos, we were playing down at Stradbroke Park on what can only be described as a dreadful wicket to bat on. Very poppy, very, very slow. It's just a classic deep Dean, if you ask me. I've been down there several times, and they just love to drench the pitch. They don't like any sunlight down there, but
Hope that's not Glenn's wicket.
but it might need to be if the firsts are moving there after Christmas. So hopefully we can get that sorted. But we did pretty well. We started off strong. They batted first, but their batters were actually all right. I had an awful attempt at a catch where I can't even call it a drop because I didn't get a hand to it. But we fought back hard after a good second wicket partnership for them, and we managed to keep them down in the last 10 overs, restricting them to only about 30 runs to keep them to 140. And after a good first wicket partnership for us, kind of toed and froed, Hamish came in and smashed it, and we got there with 2 wickets to spare.
Pick of the players.
Pretty even performance. Stacker picked up 4, even though he didn't even, I would say he bowled better last week with less reward, but I would say that was probably the big standout for that.
Sounds like a good team effort.
Yeah, definitely, even performance. And then the threes, your mob. I was down there for a bit. You guys were looking good for all that I saw.
Yeah, well, there was a bit of rain in the morning. The pitch had been under covers, but aggressively it won the toss and batted this time.
Got to do.
And we got the runs on the board, mainly thanks to Hugh coming down. We sort of mentioned him last week that he'd get more opportunity in the threes. He's batting 4, had a bit streaky early, he'll admit that, but he came good, got 74 I believe it was, and John Howard, a very mature knock as the co-skipper, got 40, and they really turned the game, those two. And we got 177 on the board, and the bowling started off really well. Johnny Andrews in his first game got a wicket early. Chamara, too good, just beating the bat. And unfortunately, the heavens opened up and we had him on toast, but that's cricket, eh?
Yeah, definitely. And it's good to see how he must have been watching Talking Bull in the last couple of weeks, because it's finally, I think, gotten through. That was a very mature innings from him when he
responded.
came in.
He responded for sure, and that's just a true mark of a champion who can take on the constructive feedback and respond accordingly.
Definitely. And the fours also had a good win, I hear, with some alumni returning.
Yeah, I did see Sean Bell down there at fine leg when I turned up. Did not bat, did not bowl.
Rocking the silver mane though, best haircut out
Yeah,
there.
it's good, it's good. And we've got to mention, congratulations, 3rd kid on the way. So that's hopefully for the club.
Breaking
well,
news.
hopefully we have a girls team again soon, and he gets his 2 girls in there. But hopefully maybe a boy to represent the first 11 down the track.
Definitely, and it was pretty much formalities for the fourth 11.
I wouldn't say formalities. I think Matthew Keogh wound back the clock, and to a couple of years ago when he dominated that grade, and he hit a hard-hitting 60 odd, and we'll get onto that game a bit more later. But I think a pretty all-round performance with the ball.
Yeah, definitely, and the fifth 11 didn't get over the line, unfortunately. I haven't seen the details from that one, but they did have a win last week, so
So they're 1-1.
they are closing in. And the sixth, in a drama-filled match, they also got over the line.
Yeah, drama feel. Well, Neil Dalrymple, top edge into his head, so maybe wear a helmet if you're not. Maybe he's not seeing him as he used to. I don't know. But courageous effort by him. Lived to fight on another day. But yeah, 2 retirements from Tim Jens and Noel Johnston, both new guys to the club.
It's good to have them
and
scoring runs.
50 retired, fantastic. They're value pickups, so
get around it. So we're moving on. We've gone through all the stats. It's time for the players of the week, I think. And for me, as always, I take the turf 3 teams, and it's hard to go back. It's been posted about on Instagram as well. The GOAT is back, and he is my player of the week for the turf teams. Four wickets, I believe, 20 odd runs, and including two caught and bowls with a great send off to match. So with all that, I don't think you can go past him.
Yeah, he got the big scalps of Surrey Hills.
Bang, bang, bang.
He's the only one to reach over 100 points this round. For those, there were a few that had him in leadership positions, get the double points or the 1.5. He's sort of proving the critics wrong, because out of the 3 premiums, he was noticeably least picked.
And he'll tell you about it.
He'll tell you, and he signed up this week. He's backed himself, so expect a big year from him. And he's delivering, and he's. You just think he says he's the one who says every year he's going to retire. He's been saying that for a good 5 years, and he just keeps rolling him out and just snicking him off, and that's just what he does.
Yeah, and there was obviously a notable performance that you did touch on earlier that should get a recognition here.
Yeah, I'd better mention Hugh. He did get traded out of one team, which we'll get to later. They'll be ruining that.
Definitely.
But he rode his chances early, but got 70 with the bat, and that was a excellent effort. He's going to get opportunity down there and be a key player with bat.
Huge performance, and we did touch over some, but who's the synthetic player of the week? Have you been able to narrow it down to one?
Well, for fear of my life, I better name this man, Matthew Keogh, Kenny, as we all know and love.
Yeah.
Sensational, hard-hitting 60, got a wicket. He's just heart and soul. Alf Dunstan medalist. He just.
When he applies himself,
I've got no words for him. He's
done it all, and he'll continue to do it all.
Yep.
And I think some notable performances, you mentioned them early, both Nigel and Tim in the 6th, in the club 11, incredible performance to, new club, under pressure, probably not feeling comfortable. That's just great to see from those 2.
Yeah, fantastic. Especially, I better give a shout out to Tim. I did coach his daughter for a few years, so it's, it's good that he's now come down and playing. He's been around the club for a while, so it's, excellent to see.
His daughter must have been giving him a few tips.
Yeah, she didn't make too many runs, but that's a story for another day.
All right, that's good. Do we have? I'm in the dark here. I think it's time for the team of the week, the weekly prize winner, and I believe we've got it right here. It's been sitting in the background.
Micro Cloud Pillow.
The Micro Cloud Pillow. Have a look at this beautiful piece of work. I would love to be sleeping on this.
Well,
I would love to.
Okay. Third, we're going to go with a countdown.
Ooh.
Third, with 492 points, Max Tompkinson.
Ooh.
Now, he's pretty stiff. Look, we like people that back themselves, and he's put himself as vice captain.
Does that cost him?
It's cost him. He had James Binney not in a leadership position.
Oh.
Can you believe it?
No.
Would have won, but
But respect, I have myself as captain.
Yeah, so I did see that. Very questionable. But so, bad luck, Max. Second, this guy is really stiff too. Reginald McAfee. He's got 2 teams, so this is the Reginald McAfee. 493.5.
Oh, he's taking.
He went out and subfielded, trying to get extra points. Which you should have done for for your
I'm playing the
coaches.
long game. I've got to look after
He
my
got-
coaches for the full
He
season.
came out, he got the catch, he got 10 points. Now, there was a decision very late when Elias Gunn was bowling, a caught behind to Hugh. The batsman admitted he hit it.
Oh,
If that was given, Hugh gets the extra 10 points and he would have won.
oh,
So he can blame Ian Ashwell, the umpire, for that one.
oh no.
But we love Ian, he's great.
You hate to see it.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
Now, this guy, 498.5 points.
Oh, so it's gone right down to the wire.
In my opinion, doesn't deserve to
Oh,
win. He
can't.
traded out Hugh after 1 week. Fair enough, bring in Jamie Shepherd, but Hugh, you pick in week 1, you knew he was going down to the threes, but he's still been rewarded. He also had himself as captain.
Oh,
He went off retired hurt.
oh no, no,
No.
don't tell me.
Neil Dalrymple, he's done it. He had all these vets. He got Johnston up there. He got he's had Binney. He's had I think he had Kenny Kerr was vice captain, masterstroke, and he's just got there. So Neil Dalrymple will. I'll be dropping this round to you, just
Send
around
it
the corner.
over.
But yeah, hopefully he'll donate
And
it back to the club and in a raffle, I'd say.
I think he needs a pillow like this though after
It's
after
just
what's happened to his head
It's just a
during the
case
week.
of the rich getting richer, isn't it?
I know,
Yeah.
that's just Northbourne.
Declan, hot off the press, mate. I've just had a word with the bloke who runs the My Club Tap app, and he says there's a glitch. 3 or 4 of the players, coaches have been affected by Nitesh Patel not being awarded the points for captaincy and vice captaincy. Therefore, I've gone through, done some thorough analysis, and there's actually a change to the winner. Neil Dalrymple is not the weekly Microcloud Coach of the Week. Believe it or not, it is with an extra 14 points because they picked Nitesh Patel as vice captain, is Nitesh Patel. He is the weekly winner of the Microcloud Pillow. He gets 14 more points and gets to 503. So I guess that's bad luck, Neil, and well done, Nitesh. Cheers. Well done, Neil.
Well done, well done. All right, now you mentioned the trades that were made, and it may or may not have cost some people. Talk to
Right.
us. What do we need to do?
Okay,
What do
I've
we
had
need
a
to
quick look at who got traded out.
do? Neil Dalrymple.
Xavier Bateman's been traded out. This guy is the guy you got to be trading in.
Oh, that's just idiocracy.
Oh my god. I got traded out. Okay, I wasn't great this week, but in the first week, 48 runs, 2 catches. What more do these guys want?
Yeah, that's asking a lot.
And obviously we touched on Hugh getting traded out. Ludicrous, but you know, who knows? I'm saving my trades for when they're needed.
I know there are people. I've heard this around the streets. There is someone, at least one person, who's used all 5 trades.
Yeah,
after
I'm not
one
going to
round.
name names, but maybe didn't read the rules properly. But yeah, 5 trades is in trading all the people that did well in the first week. This person did get rid of me too, but
It's a bold move, but you gotta respect it.
who knows? Well, proof will be in the pudding at the end of the season. But you know, as I'm going to harp on again, the guys you need to bring in: James Binney, he's still value. Xavier Bateman, look, he's
Batman
now
bowling.
he's batting 5 or 6. He's looking probably the best with the bat. He's bowling 8 overs a game. Job's gone down. He's got the overs. Like, he's just a.
He's a bargain pick at the moment.
I'm probably going to bring him in myself. I just don't know who to get rid of yet. So that's my summary of trade talk.
All right, I
Under
like
the
it.
pump.
Under the pump. Who is under the pump?
So unfortunately, last week you put Greg under the pump.
He felt the pump.
I probably should mention him in trade talk. He's got to go. He came out. I think at first run, maybe he did his hamstring, got a runner.
It wasn't good, but he's feeling that he's got to run up probably faster than him anyway.
Yeah,
so he's
so-
on for a big score.
That's all good. So ball 2 later, he tries to, end of the innings, trying to ping 4s and 6s. He's popped a muscle out in his, I don't know, bicep or tricep. Or
He's
something.
got muscles on muscle,
He's got
so who
a
knows?
muscle somewhere, and we shouldn't laugh, but he's we don't know the diagnosis yet. But the hamstring alone is going to be sort of a Christmas job. So
Oh.
if you've got him,
Is there a worse
gotta
5
go.
minutes in recent history?
probably not. But the 2 people I'm going to put under the pump this week, This might surprise. Now, this guy was. Some people had him best on ground in the grand final in Dunstan, so he's a good player. And he's got the opportunity with the bat now, with a couple of pros sort of not coming back, but he hasn't taken it yet. We thought he was going to wicket keep and get the catches, and now he's just a fielder. So he needs to make it up with a bat. But Guy Martin, we need runs from you. You're a class batter. We all know you're too good for the twos. You need to step up, and we think you did it last year in the ones, but I'm going to put you under the pump, mate.
And Guy, your life must. Let's go on.
Okay. Secondly, another big wig at the club, Nick Vaughan. We mentioned him last week.
Captain.
He's the skipper. He's the only one in negatives this week. He's made 1-0, I think, for the season. I don't know if it's something that's happened. I rate him. I think he's a good player. But maybe it's, the North Melbourne in him, or the Braves song. His horse has been sort of a bit of a flop in the last year. And maybe that's just affecting his cricket now. But Nick Vaughan, you're under the pump.
I reckon he's just warming up into the season. He'll be right. He'll be right.
Yeah, we'll back him in.
Is that it, or is that
That's it for under the pump?
Oh, thank God. I think I escaped very lightly there because
I've still got to cop that.
On anyone. All right. Shall we move on to the next segment, which Bull or Bants?
Oh, I thought we were going to go with cop that. So
I think you performed so well last week that we kind of need to move that down a bit.
I've still got a few to go in that. All right, Bull or Bants?
Bull or Bants? All right, I'll go first as always. And we touched on this with Neil's injury, but no matter what level you're playing at, you should always wear a helmet when batting. Bull or Bants?
No, that's Bull, mate. That's Bull. I saw Hugh. I saw Johnny Howe. Yeah, if you're class, you back yourself. If you top edge a ball against pie chuckers, you deserve to get hit in the head. So that's total Bull. Class batters don't need helmets.
All right, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I asked you.
All right, this might be a bit conflicting for you. Now, we saw Jake made 85, I think it was last week. He made 90 runs for the season last year. He made 1 this week. Jake's innings last week was a fraud. Bull or Bants?
Oh, that is huge, Bull. That is huge. No, it is not a fraud. He's had one good He's had a great performance round 1.
What about last season?
Yeah, but that's in the past, mate. And then he's had a poor performance. It's way too early to be saying that innings is a fraud.
Just throwing it out.
Plus, it looked like it was going down leg, and he hit it. So.
Oh yeah. So Jake's never had LB. We know that. I've played enough with him. He's never been out.
All right. Well, I think that's
on.
definite. All right. And this one's actually addressing the juniors because I was having a chat to Jamie Shepherd on the weekend, and we were talking about his junior side. Started off, win first up, awesome. And I'm talking and he's like, we've got a good side. We should be able to make finals, I think, but Canterbury's going to win this year. They're going to win the flag. And I'm saying Jamie Shepherd needs to hold the faith more than one round that their team is a chance. Bull or Bants?
Oh, that's got to be Bants. They've got Jamie Shepherd, Vishwa Rankuma, Elias Gunn, Ollie DeStephanis, and the prodigy, Artav Deshpande.
The prodigy?
I'll call him that. They've got to be a serious premiership threat. Pull your head in, Jamie.
I agree. I think one round, it's a bit early to call the season off and pack up and go home.
Yeah, I don't like hearing that at all.
Your turn.
Okay, if Nitesh Patel was to retire, Xavier Bateman is the most likely player in the first 11 or at the club at the moment to take over and be the number 1 batter at the club.
Well,
all Bants.
That is very interesting that you say that, because my next one for you was actually going to be that Xavier could be a future captain of the first 11.
Wow.
So I'll answer yours first, and I would say absolute Bants. Definitely 100%.
Sorry, Max Tompkinson. Sorry, Jamie Shepherd.
Sorry,
Guy Martin.
He's proven himself.
Sorry, Jeremy Fuller.
I would say he's already the leading run scorer probably for this year.
Yeah.
44 plus 27 in the first week. He's already the leading run scorer. So I don't even think.
Sorry, Brandon Jones.
We might not have to wait for Nitesh to even retire. He could have that
Oh.
He could have that this year, and I'm just saying it.
Ooh.
No,
He's
nothing
writing the
against
Tesh off.
Tesh.
He's writing the
I'm
Tesh
not
off.
writing Tesh off. I'm backing him in for some big scores, but I'm backing Xavier in just as equally for some big scores.
Fair enough.
And he's in form.
Fair enough.
What do you think? Xavier could be a future
Well-
captain, Bull or Bance?
Yeah, I haven't played with him since a few years ago, so obviously haven't seen him around the field. But he's got the cricket smarts. He's good bat, good bowler. It might be too much to take on if he's batting and bowling. I like to just have a batsman personally, but yeah, he's got to
But
be in the mix.
you bat and bowl and you captained for years.
Yeah, not very well.
Touche.
I got sacked from the twos. So yeah. Anyway, no, he could be for sure.
Well, definitely. Having coached him in the past, and I definitely see he was my captain when I was coaching, so
you
I
go.
definitely see that in him.
Okay, so
That's
it's back to me. No, I've got one.
Oh,
more.
you've got one more, of
Yeah,
course.
3.
Yeah. I just got
Um,
confused there.
Ken Keogh, Matthew Keogh,
Yes.
will repay the faith after last year's flop at premium price. He will repay the faith of coaches this year tenfold and deliver now he's a smaller price. Bull or Bounce?
I'm gonna say Bull.
Oh.
Not saying that necessarily, but a lot of people were disappointed last year in Kent's performance. I think that's not controversial to say that in
the
this
first to admit that.
in the slightest. After the year that he had before
Mm.
last, I think he will definitely be averaging probably about 30 between 30 and 40. I think he'll average this
Oh,
year.
that's not bad.
It's not bad.
He chips him with the ball.
I'm just saying I'm holding my money now.
No,
I'm
all
not
good.
trading Ken
Okay.
into my side just yet. But that being said, especially what might happen, I'm back in Framos. To be honest, he's in my team, and I'm calling out for him to lift up a little bit.
Alrighty. Okay.
All right, hit us with. I'm a little bit worried going into this, to be honest, because you did mention my name and cop that earlier this episode in the same sentence. So I'm hoping that I can avoid it, but hit us with it. Who's copping it? Who's taking the whack this week?
Oh, we've just talked about Natesh. Now I'm going to have to give it to him here. Now you've got Alex Smith in your team. He's taken 6 wickets in the semi-final, won the game in my opinion. People might forget that. He's taken 6 wickets. Now he's in my team. He's a one-day player. He's up and about with the bat. He's at 11. Okay.
His confidence is high.
I think that's fine. Now, I'm watching the game on the live stream and I'm calling for Smithy to just come on, clean it up. The game was over. You wrap your bowlers in cotton wool. You don't want to see them get injured. They were done. Smithy comes on, bowls his 8 overs, gets 4 wickets at the end. They try and slog him and, coaches are happy. Now,
Everyone's happy.
Natesh, when you've got a gun spinner like that, you get him on, you save your pace bowlers, you get the overs in and out quick so you can get on the beers. So Natesh Patel, cop that.
Bam. Started off hot.
Yeah.
Started off.
I'm going for another big name here.
Oh, no, big name. Jeez. No one
Nick
is safe.
Vaughan again.
Oh, again!
Nah,
You
but
put
I'm
him
adding,
onto the pump.
I'm adding him in with James Fawcett. Now, who turned the game last week with the ball in the fours?
It was Jim.
Jim Fawcett. I turn up on Saturday to watch
Yeah.
him bowl, do his thing.
How many overs did you
I've
get?
heard Ash Smith has got him as captain.
How
I
many
turn
overs?
up 0. He's wicket keeping.
No!
Can you believe it?
I cannot believe that.
Nick Vaughan, I've seen him keep before. He's
Yeah.
not keeping. You've got a weapon, a bowling weapon, and he's wicket keeping. What is going on?
That is
James
that's crazy.
Fawcett. Coaches are relying on you to get wickets.
He's almost got to stand
And
up.
you
to
know
the
what? You
captain
think,
there.
okay, all right, he hasn't bowled. He'll make up with it for the bat. Doesn't get a bat.
Oh, lordy. So who's getting it? Who's getting it?
I don't know whose decision it was for him to wicket keep, but I'm just going to give it to both of them. So Nick Vaughan, James Fawcett, cop that.
Bam! Whack. All right, that's it. Surely we're cutting. That's the end.
I'll leave it at that. I had a couple more, but I
Oh
think
no,
that's enough.
no! If you got a couple more.
Well, you know what? I'll give it to the Melbourne weather. The Melbourne weather. They cost the thirds the game. We had a lot of coaches had guys like Vishwa and I was going to bowl a few overs and whatnot.
Didn't get a chance to shine.
And then the heavens opened, or wickets there for the taking. So to the Melbourne weather, cop that.
Wow.
And finally, sorry, I'm
no,
going to do
we're,
it.
we're ending it here.
Look,
We're ending it. We're ending
Last
it
one.
here.
Last one. Greg Rayner goes down injured. Okay, it happens. There's 20 blokes watching.
So you're whacking Greg.
No, not Greg. No, that's fine. We need a sub fielder. We've got a field next.
Okay.
I look around. There's 20 blokes. There's young guys. There's hanging around. Everyone's having a beer. That's all good.
Yeah.
You can still come out and field after one beer. I think you were having a Gatorade, so you were
Pepsi
fresh.
Max.
You were fresh to come out. Now this is where you can get your bonus points. We talked about with you sub fielding for the ones.
So who are you whacking?
I'm gonna whack. Okay, it ends up. Reg comes out and he's 50 plus. He said he's 50th recently. He and Gribus was the other one who offered to field.
And
And they've had and Ranger is on one leg because he's desperate to get some points for the coaches. He was just going to stand and slip. Now we put Reg in gully. A ball lobbed up to him. He got 10 points. But Declan, that could have been you.
Oh man!
You were there. There was no excuse for you not to field a sore knee. You could have fielded a gully. So Declan McLaughlin and your sore knee, cop that.
Oh whack! I surely get a right of reply here to that.
Up to you. Are you out this week?
No, I'm not
Oh,
out this
of course.
week. Of course, I couldn't let my coaches down like that. No, I had a sore knee. I had a sore glute. My entire right leg was killing me. And I subfielded last week, so I hardly think it's upon my
So,
responsibility to step up again when Hamish was there, Riggers was there,
Riggers had work.
Dougie Bergman was there.
He's even played anymore. He hasn't played for ages.
There were so many options.
Well, Declan, I just thought you've forgotten your roots. You're quick to jump on for the ones. When it came to the threes, which is where you've applied most of your trade, you quickly dismiss them and now too good for us, eh? But you can throw yourself back there somewhere.
I'll take a partial cop that there, to be honest. I probably could have. If I had have known I would have been fielding in gully, I might have.
Oh, with your sore knee, of course.
Well, yeah, I just didn't want to be running around. I've got to stay. I'm playing the long game here. I need to be fresh for the coaches for next week. And, if you need one next week, I might. I just don't want to be the classic subfielder every single week. And I think that's semi-fair at least.
3 points. And Reg almost won it with that 10 points.
He
if
almost-
that catch had been given
But he
out.
didn't.
No, he didn't.
So, very controversial there, I might say. But it's time for everyone's favourite segment. Of course, it is time for Declan's Dagger. Now, Wombles.
Oh, not again. I'm sick of this.
Week 1, I daggered you for the run out. Week 2, I daggered you for the super coach information that wasn't revealed to the people. Week 3, I'm daggering you again, mate.
What have I done this
I am
time?
daggering you again, and this is upon request, actually, of several senior figures within the Northbourne community. And they would like a royal commission into you and some of the other captains within the Northbourne senior sides on potential favoritism to their players that they have in their Supercoach team, batting them up the order, giving them plenty of overs. Just as you mentioned before, Neil had Nigel and Tim in his team. Oh, conveniently, batting up the order, retired, not out. You, in your side, Hugh, make sure he comes down to the threes. Make sure he gets a good bat. Kuba can't stop talking about how Reggie's in his side and he's getting in points. All of these people just conveniently getting plenty of opportunity. And what have you got to say for yourself?
Well, I've got to say, if you actually did your research, I did make myself captain week 1 and didn't bowl myself. And I got a lot of abuse from a lot of coaches about that. I warned them that I may not bowl. If it comes to a 50-50, you're always going to go with someone in your team. That's just...
You heard it from him here.
I mean, of course. So, yeah.
Jeez, he's not running away from it. I would just think that it would be interesting to see if someone could do the stats here on how players who are in sides with their coach as their captain have gone, opportunity-wise, compared to everyone else on the order. So I think it just needs to be talked about. It's not a huge dagger this week.
So you're daggering all the captains.
I'm daggering.
You're daggering.
I'm daggering.
Nitesh Patel, he's stopped it. I hope he doesn't watch this. You're daggering Nitesh Patel, you're daggering Jake Sislo, he'll drop you. You're daggering me and Johnny, who's good co-captains.
Yes.
You're daggering Nick Fawn, who's copped it. And you're daggering Neil Dalrymple, who's been in hospital. Wow.
No one is safe from the dagger. That's
What about
all
the
I'm
Cos?
gonna say.
Cos? Also?
I'm not daggering the cause. I'm just daggering the captains here. Please pick me, Reggie, in the twos. I'm not daggering them. I'm daggering you guys, and I think I'm just saying, it's just something to think about. I've been thinking about it. Other people have been thinking about it, and that's all that needs to be said.
Fair enough.
Well, that's it for the dagger. And is there anything else you need to say, or should we get out of here?
No, I think while we're still civil, I think we should wrap it up. It's probably gone a bit too long. If you're still watching Max Tompkinson, congratulations on third. If you hadn't picked yourself as captain, or vice captain, you'd be receiving this lovely pillow. We got to thank the good people at Microcloud.
Always thank them. Always
and,
thank them.
Yeah, I hope everyone. The feedback's been really good. Everyone's taking it in the right sort of
Spirit.
There's no bad blood or anything. Well,
There's a little
between us.
Between us.
But other than that, it's been good, and hopefully we can keep getting it out there for the fans.
Definitely. And just a little tip for those who have been asking for this in podcast form. You can just put the phone in your pocket and listen to it as if it was a podcast.
Yeah, but is that use more data?
Slightly, but who's worrying about data these days?
Max Tompkinson, Charles Cohen.
Oh, there you go. That's it from us. Enjoy your week.
Yeah.